Africa has 54 countries, and every one of them has precious natural resources at their disposal. Even if not every country has monetized them so the benefits can reach the general public, these natural resources are available for the government to use. And who is the head of that government? Well, in other words, African presidents are not only the executives, but also guardians of countries' precious natural resources. This begs the question of how much these presidents would be paid for their job. We mean, it's true that they are presidents, but they need salaries to make a living. What's more, Africa is more diverse than any other continent, having all types of presidents. Some are believed to be democratic, others autocratic, and rescuers. This means they earn different salaries depending on the economy and their tasks. So, what salary does each African president earn in 2024? Are they more than what presidents of the Western countries make, or are they too humble? You will be surprised to know the figures. The president of Algeria, Abdelmadjid Tebboune, receives a salary of $131,806 or $168,000, a figure on par with high-ranking officials in developed countries. While not lavish, this amount reflects the economic realities of a nation dealing with fluctuations in resources and development goals. Egypt's president, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's salary isn't publicly disclosed due to secrecy issues. However, estimates suggest it's between $63,000 to $72,000 per year. This is the salary he had decided to receive years ago and has not increased since, despite inflation and the increase in salaries of the other government officials. President Mohammed al-Menfi's salary falls within a more modest range, estimated at between $105,000 and $120,000 per year. Official reports on the president's salary are hard to find. This amount is in line with other officials in Libya's transitional government. It reflects the country's efforts to rebuild and restructure its financial systems. In Morocco, King Mohammed VI receives a heavy salary of $488,604 as the head of state, which is the second highest presidential salary in Africa. It should be known that the king has an estimated net worth exceeding $2 billion, but despite this, he receives an annual salary. In Sudan, President Abdel Fattah al-Burhan holds the position as the de facto ruler, being a military general, but now he is the president. His base salary is estimated to range from $440,000 to $770,000 per year, with additional benefits potentially significantly altering this figure. It should be noted that his salary is higher than the preset salary for Sudan's president, which is $29,230. What's more, al-Bashir, the former ousted president of Sudan, was said to receive a monthly salary of $20 million from secret sources. The Tunisian president's salary is estimated to range from a modest $16,700 to a more extravagant $200,000 annually, likely including additional benefits and allowances. In Burundi, President Evariste Ndayishimiye's official salary is approximately $47,300 annually, though his overall compensation package may extend beyond this base salary to include perks and benefits. Eritrea's official sources estimate the president's yearly salary to be around $6,000, although the accuracy of this data isn't confirmed. It should be noted that while the official salary is predetermined, a president can increase his own salary and can do so without letting anyone know. Therefore, chances are that Eritrea's president might be receiving a higher salary, considering his wealth falls between $1.5 million to $10 million. Here is a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Africa's geopolitics, economy, and changing landscape. Next, we have Ethiopia. The current president of Ethiopia, Sahle-Work Zewde, is believed to earn between $45,000 and $270,000 annually. This estimation aligns with the official statement from the presidency of Ethiopia. It's important to note that compared to some other African countries and leaders, this reflects Ethiopia's status as a developing economy and its focus on addressing social and economic challenges. Moving on, we have Kenya. The president of Kenya, William Ruto, currently receives a gross monthly salary equivalent to roughly $166,000. This includes a basic salary of 86,625 Kenyan shillings per month and a house allowance of 350,000 Kenyan shillings per month. Then comes Madagascar. The official salary of the president of Madagascar is estimated to be around $33,000 per year. This places him at the lower end compared to other African presidents. Factors such as Madagascar's GDP and historical budgetary constraints contribute to this relatively modest compensation. However, it's important to acknowledge that a president's financial package often includes additional benefits beyond the base salary. Then comes Malawi. The president of Malawi earns an annual salary of 743,760 Malawian kwacha, roughly equivalent to $74,300. This information is publicly available on the official website of the State House of Malawi and is consistent with other credible sources reporting on African presidential salaries. It's crucial to recognize that this figure represents the salary and may not include additional benefits and allowances. Then we have Mauritius. The current president of Mauritius earns an annual salary of $93,783, a modest figure compared to the salaries of other presidents. It's essential to clarify that this figure pertains solely to the base salary and may not cover supplementary benefits such as house allowances, travel expenses, and security details. Then comes the Namibian president, whose salary has been a topic of debate and conflicting reports. Various sources suggest the base salary of the president of Namibia is approximately between $46,800 and $99,000 per year. Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, earns an annual salary of nearly $251,000, ranking as the third highest paid African president. According to estimates, this is approximately 22 times the average income of a South African citizen. Next, President Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo of Equatorial Guinea is one of the wealthiest heads of state globally and among the best compensated presidents in Africa, with an annual salary of $150,000. He has held the presidency since 1979, and Forbes magazine has identified him as one of the world's wealthiest heads of state, with a net worth of $600 million. Then we have President Azali of Comoros, who is among the highest paid sitting presidents in Africa, earning an annual salary of $115,000. Despite leading one of Africa's poorest and least popular countries, he still commands one of the most substantial paychecks on the continent. Then we have Rwanda. The official salary of the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, stands at $85,000 per year. However, it's important to recognize that the actual presidential compensation often extends beyond the base salary. Kagame likely receives additional benefits such as a luxurious residence, travel allowances, security details, and a pension package. In comparison to other African presidents, Kagame's salary falls within the mid-range. Then comes Seychelles, where Wavel Ramkalawan currently serves as president, earning an annual salary of $23,700. This places him among the lower-paid presidents in Africa, where the presidency is not seen as a means to earn money, but more of a selfless political job where the person has to accept the lowest salary. Somalia comes next. The official annual salary of the Somali president is approximately $120,000. However, determining the exact salary of President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed is challenging due to contradictory and scarce information, reflecting the complex political and economic situation in the nation. Sources suggest he might receive an annual salary between $186,000 and $250,000. Then comes South Sudan, where President Salva Kiir Mayardit's official salary is cited to be around $60,000. This figure likely represents the base salary and may not include additional benefits and allowances. Interestingly, he has been South Sudan's president since 2011, and he has kept his salary the same since then. Tanzania comes next, where the current president, Samia Suluhu Hassan, earns an annual salary of approximately $47,300, inclusive of both the base salary and other allowances outlined in Tanzania's constitution. In Uganda, President Yoweri Museveni earns a salary of roughly $183,000 annually, covering both the base salary and various allowances. However, detailed information on the breakdown of the president's salary and allowances is not readily available to the public. The president's expenses, including travel, accommodation, and security, are primarily covered by the state, significantly increasing the total cost of the presidency. Shifting our attention to Angola, the president's monthly salary, as per the Angolan constitution, stands at $139,682 as of January 2024. Additional benefits include residency in the Palacio Presidencial, offering substantial perks and expenses, along with travel allowances for state visits and international travel, incurring considerable costs. Then comes the Central African Republic, where the president, Faustin Archange Touadera, takes home a monthly salary of roughly $3,247 per month, or $42,524 annually. It's worth noting that while this salary might seem reasonable in some developing countries, it falls well below the average income for heads of state worldwide. To put it in perspective, the President of the United States earns around $400,000 annually, while the President of France brings in approximately $272,000 annually. The relatively low salary for the President of the Central African Republic reflects the tough economic conditions in the country. However, some sources suggest that the Central African president can be earning $620,976 annually. Moving on to Chad, estimates for President Mahamat Idris Déby's salary range from approximately $50,000 to $80,000 annually. However, the official set salary is significantly low, standing at only $16,000. Additional perks may include housing allowances for official residences, travel allowances for state visits and international trips, security details for personal protection, and pension packages upon leaving office. Then comes the Democratic Republic of Congo, where official announcements suggest the president's salary is a modest $51,500 annually. However, a more detailed view emerges from the official salary outlined in the DRC's 2023 budget, where the president's salary stands at $51,500 per month, translating to approximately $682,000 annually. However, a 2022 Court of Audit report revealed a discrepancy indicating the president received $1.2 million in 2020, roughly 7 times the officially approved amount. This raises concerns about transparency and the possibility of undisclosed allowances. Moving to Equatorial Guinea, the official annual salary for the president is a staggering $152,680. However, some estimates suggest the president's actual earnings are much higher, possibly reaching tens of millions of dollars. This discrepancy arises due to a lack of transparency in financial reporting, potential access to additional perks and benefits beyond the official salary, and allegations of corruption and misuse of state funds. Then we have Gabon, where the official annual salary of the president was set at $65,000, as reported by various sources. However, recent events have brought changes. In August 2023, a military coup occurred, and General Brice Oligui became the interim president. He declined to accept the presidential salary, opting instead to only receive his wage as the commander of the Republic Guard. He cited social emergencies and the expectations of the Gabonese people as his reasoning. In Botswana, the president Mokgweetsi Masisi earns an annual salary of $78,623. This salary is set by the Salaries and Allowances Amendment Bill passed by the National Assembly. While this might seem like a hefty salary in Botswana's context, it's important to remember that Botswana is considered a relatively prosperous country in Africa, with a higher GDP per capita than many others. However, it's essential to note that this salary figure only covers the base pay. The president likely receives additional perks, such as housing, travel allowances, and security details, significantly boosting the total value of his compensation. Then comes Zimbabwe, where the commonly cited figure for the president's annual salary, $146,590. However, this data is from 2014, and there have been no recent updates. Given Zimbabwe's hyperinflationary economy, specific financial figures like salaries quickly lose their relevance. For Lesotho, the Prime Minister's salary is governed by the State Salaries Act of 1972, as outlined in the Government Gazette. As of now, the Prime Minister earns an annual salary of $36,650. Additionally, the Prime Minister receives various allowances including housing, utilities, and security. While the exact amounts for these allowances are not readily available, they are likely to significantly supplement the base salary. Before his inauguration in August 2021, the Zambian president's monthly salary was around $63,100. However, upon taking office, he publicly announced his decision to decline his official salary as a symbolic gesture, and to redirect resources toward improving Zambia's struggling economy. Despite foregoing the salary, he continues to receive allowances for his residential expenses and security, although the exact figures are not disclosed to the public. Focusing on Benin, President Patrice Talon earns approximately $29,810 annually, which is a modest figure compared to the salaries of presidents of other countries around the world. It's important to note that this figure represents the president's base salary and may not cover additional perks and allowances typically provided, such as travel expenses, security arrangements, and housing. Despite the allowance, the salary is significantly low. Then we have Gambia, where the current president earns an estimated annual salary of $65,000. While this amount may seem modest compared to the earnings of other African leaders, it underscores the delicate balance between transparency and governmental discretion within the country. Despite the Gambian government officially announcing the president's salary as $65,000, it does not provide a comprehensive overview of the president's complete compensation package. Moving forward to Ghana, President Nana Akufo-Addo earns an annual salary of $76,000 as of January 2024. Although there may be additional allowances for housing, transportation, and other expenses, specific details are not publicly disclosed. Then we have Liberia, where President Joseph Boakai receives an annual salary of $90,000, as defined in the Liberian Constitution. However, the president's overall compensation may include additional benefits not explicitly outlined. In Mali, before the coup, the president's salary was around $68,900. However, after the coup in 2021, Colonel Assimi Goïta has been the country's president. His salary is unknown, and there are speculations that he might not be receiving any presidential salary, but salary as a military colonel. In Mauritania, the president earns an annual salary of $300,000, which is significantly higher than the average presidential salary in Africa. You should know that this figure is not set by the president himself, but is outlined in the country's constitution. This means that the country wants to generously compensate the president for his time and efforts to develop the country. There are also reports that the president might be earning $827,000 annually. Then comes Nigeria, where the president's official annual salary stands at $69,000. However, it's important to recognize that the president's overall compensation package extends beyond just the base salary. In Senegal, President Macky Sall's annual salary is $15,210, which is considerably lower than most African presidential salaries. While this figure may seem modest compared to West African leaders, it accurately reflects the economic context of the nation. Then we have Sierra Leone, where Julius Maada Bio's official annual salary amounts to approximately $12,220. This figure is relatively modest compared to some other African presidents and reflects the economic challenges facing Sierra Leone, a nation still recovering from past conflicts and economic hardships. While Burkina Faso's current president, Ibrahim Traoré, assumed office in September 2022, details of his official salary are publicly available. As of 2021, the president's annual salary is reported to be approximately only $1,400, inclusive of a base salary, housing allowance, and potentially other benefits like transportation and security. He is among those African presidents who received too little salary because he decided to receive his salary only as a military captain, not a president. Then we have the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, who is the highest paid African president in 2024. He receives an annual salary of $630,000, which is not so high because he demanded it, but because Cameroon officially pays $620,976 per year to its president. This positions him as the top earner among presidents on the continent. It's noteworthy that the salary of the president of Cameroon is 229 times greater than the average income of a Cameroonian. Do you think that these African presidents should be given higher salaries? Or do you believe their salaries should be lowered, especially when average people in their countries don't make that much? In the comment section right below, let us know which one African president deserves a raise in salary and why. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: African politics, economy, and increasing power. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.